Have you noticed that your legs are getting weaker, even without any major changes to your routine? Maybe climbing stairs feels more exhausting, or even getting out of bed takes more effort than it used to. You walk for just a few minutes and already feel that heaviness in your knees, discomfort in your ankles, or a strange fatigue in your calves. It's easy to think this is just a consequence of aging. But is it really just that? What if the problem isn't just the passing of time, but something you're consuming every day, believing it's the best choice for your health? What I'm about to show you today might surprise you. Many seniors are weakening their legs without realizing it, and it's happening because of something hardly anyone would suspect: the excessive consumption of fruits that are considered healthy at any age. Yes, fruits. They're seen as symbols of a natural, light, and nutritious diet. But the truth is, not all fruits are good for people over 60. As we age, the body changes. Metabolism slows down, blood sugar regulation becomes more sensitive, and circulation no longer responds the way it used to. That means some fruits, even though they're natural, can trigger joint inflammation, increase fluid retention, disrupt blood sugar levels, and lead to progressive muscle weakness, especially in the legs. These effects are silent. You don't notice them right away. But over time, the loss of strength and stability becomes very real. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 fruits that every senior should avoid if they want to preserve leg strength, stay stable while walking, and maintain the freedom to move. And I'll also show you which fruits to eat instead, to protect your muscles and preserve your independence. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, we talk about real health, based on science and respect for the aging body. And tell me in the comments, have you been feeling your legs getting weaker? Type 1 if yes, 0 if not. Your answer might help others realize they're not alone. You do your best to maintain a balanced diet. You choose fruit instead of sweets, avoid fried foods, take walks when you can. You follow all the advice. But even so, your legs still hurt, swell, or feel like they're losing strength. That doesn't make sense, right? And that's where the real problem begins. Most seniors believe they're making the right choices, and in truth, they're doing their best. But what few people realize is that some foods considered healthy can behave very differently in a body over 60. What worked at 30 can cause serious issues at 70. And this is especially true when it comes to certain fruits. The reality is, as we age, the body undergoes deep changes. Circulation slows down, blood sugar metabolism becomes less stable, and joints grow more sensitive to inflammation. In this scenario, certain natural fruits, rich in sugars or acids, can actually become true saboteurs of your mobility. They don't just increase joint inflammation, they also promote fluid retention and put extra strain on the blood vessels that supply your leg muscles. These effects build up gradually. You feel a slight ache today, a bit of discomfort when walking tomorrow, and a little more swelling the following week. Until suddenly, climbing stairs becomes a real challenge. And no one warned you. The worst part is, it happens with foods you believed were helping your health. It's a common, silent mistake, but it has a direct impact on your independence. That's why, in this video, you're going to learn about 3 healthy-looking fruits that may actually be accelerating the loss of strength in your legs. And more than that, you'll discover what to eat instead to restore your mobility, relieve pain, and bring lightness back to your steps. Let's get to the first fruit on the list. Fruit 1. Banana, the muscle strength imposter. For many people, the banana is the most practical and reliable fruit on the menu. Sweet, accessible, and rich in potassium. For decades, it has been promoted as the ideal food to boost energy, prevent cramps, and protect muscles. And to some extent, That reputation is valid. But for those over 60, what was once a benefit can become a hidden risk, especially when it comes to your legs. Bananas contain a high amount of simple carbohydrates, which are quickly absorbed by the body. This means that shortly after eating one, your blood sugar levels rise sharply. In a young body with an efficient metabolism, this spike is quickly managed. But as we age, insulin sensitivity decreases, the pancreas responds more slowly, and the body struggles to bring sugar levels back into balance. This imbalance directly affects circulation, especially in the extremities, like the legs and feet. When blood becomes thicker due to excess glucose, the small vessels that supply your leg muscles lose efficiency. Oxygen delivery drops, nutrient transport is impaired, and your muscles begin to show clear symptoms: a heavy sensation in the legs, fatigue early in the day, frequent nighttime cramps, knee pain after short periods of standing, noticeable swelling in the ankles, even without physical exertion. Another rarely discussed point is the banana's effect on fluid retention. The fruit contains a considerable amount of potassium, something that's usually beneficial, but which can become a problem for people who take diuretics, have mild heart failure, or already struggle with electrolyte imbalances. An excess of potassium combined with low sodium can lead to muscle weakness, loss of reflexes, and a feeling of leg instability, especially when standing up or climbing stairs. In addition, bananas are rich in resistant starch, a type of fiber that ferments in the large intestine. This fermentation can cause gas and abdominal bloating, which in turn contributes to peripheral swelling, especially in the legs and feet, something many seniors report without knowing the cause. Another overlooked factor is when bananas are eaten. Many people consume them on an empty stomach or as a quick evening snack. In both cases, the body is in a state of heightened metabolic sensitivity, amplifying the negative effects of fructose and simple sugars. Over time, frequent banana consumption can contribute to insulin resistance, loss of muscle tone, and reduced mobility, all without any immediate symptoms. You just feel slower, more bloated, or in more pain. But you don't realize that you might be fueling all of that every time you reach for a banana with good intentions. If your legs have been feeling more tired, if you're experiencing unexplained numbness or nighttime swelling, it might be worth observing how your body reacts after eating bananas for a few days in a row. Try cutting the fruit out for a week and see if you notice a difference. Many seniors report lighter legs, less joint pain, and fewer cramps, just from this one simple change. And before we reveal the next fruit, tell me, do you usually eat bananas every day? Have you ever felt discomfort in your legs after eating sweet fruits on an empty stomach? Leave a comment below. Your experience might help others make better choices. And if this video is bringing you valuable insights, click the like button. That tells YouTube this content is relevant and helps more people discover these often ignored tips. Now let's move on to the second fruit. Fruit 2, grapes, the tiny inflammation trigger. Grapes are small, sweet, delicate fruits with a prestigious reputation. They're rich in antioxidants like resveratrol, which does support cardiovascular health in many cases. Because of this, they're often seen as allies of longevity and are a staple in many healthy diets. But when it comes to leg health in people over 60, the story changes a lot. That's because, although they may seem harmless, grapes have one of the highest concentrations of fructose among popular fruits. Fructose is a type of natural sugar, but unlike glucose, it's metabolized almost exclusively in the liver. And that's where the problem begins. When you eat a lot of grapes, which is easy since they're small, tasty, and usually consumed in large amounts, the liver becomes overloaded. Some of that fructose turns into fat, and some of it turns into uric acid. And excess uric acid is one of the most silent and dangerous enemies of your joints. It tends to accumulate especially in the extremities of the body: toes, ankles, knees. Over time, this buildup leads to painful inflammation. You may have already felt it: that sudden stabbing pain in your big toe at night, stiffness in your knees first thing in the morning, a mild burning sensation in your ankles after just a short walk. These are classic signs of early uric acid buildup, and many seniors don't realize it could be linked to something as innocent as eating grapes as a snack. But it doesn't stop there. Excess fructose also increases insulin resistance, which means the body starts reacting poorly to glucose from other foods. As a result, blood sugar spikes occur more frequently, triggering microvascular inflammation and damaging circulation, especially in the legs, where blood vessels are thinner and farther from the heart. The most common symptoms that appear over time include constant heaviness in the legs, even without effort, a burning sensation in the feet swelling around the ankles joints that become more sensitive to touch, progressive loss of flexibility and mobility. Another important point is how grapes are consumed. Unlike a banana or an apple, which are eaten in defined portions, grapes are almost always eaten on impulse. One handful turns into 2, then 3. In just a few minutes, you could easily eat 30, 40, even 50 grapes, delivering a massive sugar load to a body with a slower metabolism. In addition, many seniors believe they're making a healthy choice by avoiding refined sugar. But they forget that natural sugar can also have inflammatory effects when consumed in excess. And we're not just talking about gout or swelling. Studies show that chronic excess fructose promotes the development of peripheral neuropathies, which cause numbness, loss of sensation, and even balance issues while walking. So, grapes aren't villains by themselves. But when consumed frequently, and in large quantities by people with already compromised circulation, they can accelerate pain, inflammation, and muscle weakness in the legs. If you already experience constant pain in your feet or ankles, or if your legs feel heavy even after resting, it's worth paying closer attention to your diet. And remember, you don't need to eliminate them entirely. The key is balance and recognizing the signs your body is sending. If this content is bringing new insights to you, share this video with someone who also deserves to hear it. Sometimes a simple tip can prevent months, or even years, of unnecessary pain. Comment below. Do you eat grapes regularly? Have you ever noticed any reaction in your body afterward? Now let's move on to the next fruit, the one that looks like water, but acts like liquid sugar inside your body. Fruit 3. Watermelon. The misleading hydration. For many, watermelon is the fruit of lightness. Refreshing, juicy, and practically made of water. It's a common choice in summer diets, rehydration plans, and even natural weight loss strategies. But behind this image of an innocent fruit lies a detail that few people talk about, and it could be directly affecting the health of your legs. Watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes among all common fruits. This means that when you eat it, it quickly raises your blood sugar levels, much like a processed sweet would. And that kind of abrupt spike is not what your body expects from something that seems so light. In younger people with good insulin sensitivity, this spike is quickly brought under control. But in seniors, especially those over 60, this effect becomes problematic and dangerous for both circulation and muscle health. What happens? This sudden spike in blood glucose triggers an inflammatory response in the peripheral blood vessels, that is, in areas farthest from the heart, like the feet, calves, and knees. The inflammation narrows the blood vessels, disrupts circulation, and impairs muscle oxygenation. And the impact goes even further. Over time, symptoms begin to appear, such as heavier legs by the end of the day, persistent swelling around the ankles, stiffness while walking, mild knee pain after periods of rest, a sense of imbalance when climbing stairs, unexplained nighttime cramps. These symptoms might seem normal with age, but they're often linked to a simple dietary habit, overindulging in a fruit that seems harmless. Another critical point is how watermelon is consumed. Because it feels light, refreshing, and low in calories, people feel safe eating a lot of it. One slice leads to another, then another. What seems like a healthy snack can quickly become a major glycemic load without you even realizing it. And the time of day it's eaten makes things even worse. Many seniors eat watermelon at night, thinking it's a light option before bed. But during sleep, the metabolism slows down dramatically. As a result, the blood sugar spike caused by watermelon lingers longer, contributing to silent inflammation in joints and muscles. And although it's mostly made of water, watermelon doesn't hydrate the body the way many people think. That's because it stimulates urination abruptly, which can lead to the loss of important electrolytes, like potassium and magnesium, both essential for muscle contraction and cramp prevention. When these minerals drop too low, the body responds with muscle spasms, morning weakness, instability while walking shaky legs after standing for a short time, and a feeling of lost strength when climbing stairs. In addition, watermelon's high glycemic index encourages uric acid production, the same compound that worsens conditions like gout, arthritis, and inflammation in the knees and ankles. And there's one more detail many people overlook. Some individuals are intolerant to fruits high in FODMAPs, a type of fermentable carbohydrate. Watermelon is one of them. This fermentation can lead to bloating, fluid retention, and additional pressure on peripheral blood vessels, intensifying leg pain. So, yes, watermelon can be a dangerous fruit when consumed carelessly by those who already deal with circulatory, metabolic, or joint issues. It's not about cutting it out completely. It's about understanding that quantity, timing, and frequency matter a lot. If your legs feel heavier, if you wake up with pain, or if you deal with swelling that won't go away, maybe the first step isn't medication, but taking a closer look at the fruit on your plate. Now that we've revealed the 3 fruits that quietly sabotage leg strength in seniors, it's time to discover the ones that actually support your muscles, protect your joints, and help you walk with confidence, lightness, and freedom. Let's move on to the healthy alternatives. Now that you know which fruits can compromise your leg strength, it's time to turn things around. Because, yes, there are fruits that not only don't harm you, they actively help preserve muscle, joint health, and circulation. And the best part? They're accessible, delicious, and work in favor of the aging body. Let's begin with red fruits, also known as berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries. These fruits are champions when it comes to fighting chronic inflammation. They're rich in anthocyanins, a type of natural antioxidant that help protect muscle cells and keep blood vessels flexible and functional. In addition, berries have a low glycemic index. This means they don't cause blood sugar spikes, which helps prevent swelling, fluid retention, and inflammation in the lower limbs. They also contain fiber, which aids digestion and reduces the impact of fructose on the liver. You can include them in your breakfast with plain yogurt, in small portions as a snack, or even in salads. Another excellent option, avocado. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and one of the most complete when it comes to joint health. Avocado is rich in monounsaturated fats, which help reduce systemic inflammation. It also contains magnesium, potassium, and vitamin E, all essential nutrients for proper muscle function, blood pressure regulation, and maintaining muscle tone. Because it's low in sugar, it doesn't spike blood glucose and still contributes to a lasting feeling of fullness. Just a small slice per day, or even 2 tablespoons at lunch, can offer real benefits. Now let's talk about papaya, also known as pawpaw or pawpaw. This tropical fruit is light, easy to digest, and very well tolerated by older adults. It contains natural enzymes like papain, which aid digestion and help prevent intestinal fermentation that causes bloating, discomfort, and even impaired peripheral circulation. Papaya is also rich in vitamin C, which contributes to collagen production, essential for maintaining joint integrity. And speaking of vitamin C, another interesting fruit is acerola. Small, powerful, and extremely nutritious, acerola contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C among all fruits. This vitamin helps fight free radicals, reduces inflammatory processes, and also strengthens the immune system. Because it has a more acidic taste, it's best consumed in small amounts or combined with other low glycemic fruits. A great option is to blend acerola with strawberries and chia seeds, creating an antioxidant-rich drink that supports muscle health. And finally, a simple fruit that's often forgotten: the pear. Pears are easy to digest, rich in soluble fiber, have a low glycemic index, and a high hydration capacity. They're an excellent choice for those who want to regulate their digestion without overloading the liver or pancreas. Additionally, when combined with a healthy fat source, like nuts or seeds, pears provide stable energy without causing the sugar spikes and crashes that can harm leg performance. The most important thing to understand here is that the right fruits act like natural medicine. They reduce inflammation, nourish, and protect the aging body, especially the muscles and joints. By replacing the wrong fruits with the right ones, you're not just avoiding problems. You're actually taking a real step toward regaining the firmness in your steps, the comfort of walking, and even the confidence to climb stairs, get up from a chair, or enjoy a walk with someone you love. Now that you know these alternatives, tell me in the comments, which of these fruits are you going to start including more in your routine starting today? If you've made it this far, it's because you care about your health. And more than that, it's because you refuse to accept that aging must mean pain, weakness, or limitation. What you learned today isn't something you hear often. After all, how many times has someone warned you that common fruits, often considered healthy, could actually be undermining the strength of your legs? But now you know. You know that not everything that seems natural is automatically beneficial. You know that the body changes over time, and that our food choices need to change as well. And most importantly, you know there's still time to do things differently. Change a habit. Replace a fruit. Observe how your body reacts. These small decisions can have a huge impact on your comfort when walking, your independence at home, and even your freedom to move around safely. Because in the end, it's not just about food. It's about your independence. It's about your ability to stand up on your own, climb stairs with confidence, and go out with your loved ones without the fear of falling or losing balance. You don't need miracle cures, expensive supplements, or extreme diets. You just need to understand what works for your body right now, at 60, 70, or 80 years old. And to do it with awareness, clarity, and commitment to yourself. And remember, those who take care of their legs take care of their freedom. With each steady step, you're reaffirming your autonomy. Your health journey begins with simple decisions, and today, you've taken a powerful step. You chose to get informed, to understand your body, and to take action with wisdom. If this video helped you see something in a new light, go ahead and like this content right now. That tells YouTube this information is helpful, and it helps reach more people who may also be suffering in silence. And tell me, which of these fruits did you used to eat, thinking it was doing you good? Are you planning to make a change starting today? Leave a comment below. Your story might help other seniors realize they're not alone on this journey. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and turn on the notification bell. Here you'll find science-based tips made for those who want to age with strength, clarity, and freedom. See you in the next video.